K-pop will not disappear. It will continue to evolve. Mr. Si-hyuk, the brain man behind the hype, formerly known as Big Hit Entertainment, stated that K-pop's business growth has slowed down and even turned negative in some markets. He found it especially concerning because K-pop was yet to have an economy of scale. He said despite the tremendous growth over the years, it just accounted for 2% of the global music record and streaming sales. When he said this, a lot of fans were very upset, and it really brought up a lot of conversation about whether K-pop should be K-pop or we should remove the K from K-pop to remain pop. There's no question that K-pop is not yet mainstream. It's still a niche. But is it a crisis or a transition period where K-pop needs to evolve? Or should K-pop just stay in the K-pop lane and keep still being a niche it has always been? Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of this podcast where we discuss everything K-pop, K-drama and K-culture related, where we listen and discuss about the beauty of the Korean culture, our love for K-dramas and our love for K-pop. So today I'll be talking to you about a recent or maybe a growing issue in the K-pop industry right now, and I just want to put my opinion, I want to put my input into it about should K-pop still be in the K-pop lane? Should it just be in the cocoon or the mold which has been created, which is K-pop, or should it break out of it and explore and evolve over the years? You know, as much as K-pop is distinct with some of its incorporation of original traditional sound, with songs like Digital by Sugar and Agam and maybe Stray Kids, Thunderous. Songs like that incorporate traditional Korean sound, which are very nice to listen to. But K-pop has never been a distinct music genre with its own sound. Strip away the Koreanness of the performance that are singing this song, and you'll be left with the pop sound without any cultural marking. I liken K-pop to anime than mainstream music. Anime is accepted as a fun hobby, as a big part of the pop culture universe, where people can interact with their favorite characters, their idols. But as a music force, K-pop has not taken its hold globally as expected by many people. I know you say, but they're selling albums. Yes, the IFPI recently dropped the report for the global album chart for 2023, and out of the 10 spots, 17 Stray Kids, TXT, like 9 spots was taken up by K-pop groups, with 1 spot just occupied by Taylor Swift. But K-pop sales have been inflated more than ever by bulk buying and fans and companies who are pressured to reach the milestone of a million seller, a double million seller. There are instances where after you hear a group breaking a record, selling this album, and the next thing you would hear is you're seeing their albums on the floor. And that just proves it again that sales are going down everywhere else. But there's this massive explosion of sales in the K-pop industry where there are 20 versions of the same album. And this is not reflected in actual music engagement and streaming record. I will not say all, but most of them don't have streaming records and music engagement. K-pop right now is on a slight decline. It is not as popular and accepted as it was when it came out, when this COVID era, and everybody knew what K-pop was. Like everybody was inquisitive, they're curious to know, okay, what is K-pop about? It has actually dwindled down. Its popularity has dwindled down, and it has gone back to the niche it was before the COVID era. And I would just say, with a few exceptions, K-pop has not really exploded yet in the West, with exceptions like BTS, Blackpink, and new groups that are coming up right now. It has settled into the popular niche interest the way anime has. I've said that before, but it has not really gained the popularity everybody expects. I know to non-fans, they will be like, oh, the hype has died down. K-pop was not what it was once before. And in Korea, you would see people like they're not really interested in K-pop. They're not really interested in anything these people are doing over there. Domestic public interest too has died down. In a recent interview I listened to on the podcast, there's a Korean guy. He gave a testimony of his experience in the nightclub in Seoul. He said the crowd were cheering, crowd was dancing and dancing and dancing. Then suddenly the DJ played decade-old songs like 21, Wonder Girls, Big Bang, and suddenly there was this change of atmosphere. Like, it seemed to resonate with the partygoers. He said that the older songs seemed to bring back a time where people simply enjoyed music and do not worry about the business behind the music. Now back to what Si-hyuk said. Last year there was this very crazy power tussle between Hybe, SM, and Kakao Entertainment. I don't know how many people followed that, where both companies wanted to acquire SM Entertainment as an opportunity to expand their reach overseas. They felt that after the growth of K-pop in their home country, that is South Korea, it is time for them to expand it outside South Korea. And I mean that expanding it means the Western shore right now. I tell this to people that K-pop practically has at least one fan in every continent of the world. I'm very sure when you get to Antarctica, you will know someone that knows about K-pop. But the sales of K-pop accounts for a tiny sliver of the global music market. That's what it was saying. The effort to increase K-pop's global appeal has excited some fans, while some are feeling left out and are feeling like, K-pop will not be what it once was, to lose its originality. And even it's raised an uncomfortable question that do K-pop still need fans in Korea? Because the way everybody's moving to the West, trying to break into the West, which is a good thing to me, breaking into the West to expand, to evolve. Like, they're feeling left out. Some fans are actually feeling left out. That brings the question, should K-pop be restricted to South Korea? There's a saying I heard once that the Koreans felt the sense that in the K-pop industry is targeting the West and leaving the Korean fans behind. I know that many K-pop hits today are wired for an American audience. Take for example like Crazy by Jimin topped the Billboard Hot 100 at number 1. But when you look at its charting on the South Korean chart, it did not attain such high level it attained on the Billboard chart. And for everybody that has also followed Hybe Entertainment's growth over the years, you see that its focus is global expansion, and it's been very vocal about it. So I will not be surprised if all of the artists, or maybe say most of the artists, are targeting the Western audience right now. And as also other K-pop companies right now, they're targeting the West. They are evolving. They are going out of their space, their comfort zone. Okay, some are going out of their comfort zone, while some are just dipping their toe into the water to test it, that should we go for it, should we not go for it. And with this fact out there, with the need for K-pop to evolve, I don't understand why people keep trying to box K-pop into this box, into this mode, into this niche, and not allowing it spread its tentacles to the Western industry. I know that the Western industry has its own flaws and its own barriers, but letting them taking a step forward does not mean failure. It means, studying the market, researching about the market. How do we break into it? How do we make a stand in it? That's what I expect from people right now, to support them. But when you hear people saying, K-pop should be K-pop, K-pop should not try to break into the Western market, you cannot safeguard K-pop. K-pop is not for you alone. It's for everybody to be enjoyed. And the more it evolves, the more fans know about it, and the more it has a tendency to become mainstream. When I see K-pop groups collaborating with Western audience, it is very refreshing, and I'm all for it right now. People are expecting K-pop to be big in the West, but you don't want it to evolve. How do you want to make that happen? You don't want it to evolve and target and break into the West too, right? You have to choose one. People expect K-pop to be big in the West, but you do not want it to evolve. You want it to keep still being K-pop that you knew it in the late 20s. It can't work. You can't be big in the West. You expect K-pop to be respected and to be on the charts when you don't want it to evolve and break into the Western market. It can't be possible. I know people will be like, but Cupid did it, but 50/50 did it, BTS did it. Those are the exceptions. They are just the exceptions. Apart from BTS, they are Cupid right now. When you ask anyone that sang the Cupid song or listened to the Cupid song on TikTok, who the artist that sang the song was, I'm very sure 95% of them do not even know 50/50 sang the song. That's what it is. Being an household name in the West is very, very difficult, and it takes a lot of growth and evolving to actually be an household name in the West. I would just say K-pop is a niche. It's a very great niche, not mainstream. K-pop is still landing. It has not really dominated anywhere yet. It needs to evolve and break out of its mold. And I think if people can get used to the idea of K-pop songs being treated like just other pop songs, while removing the name tag K-pop from it and just listen to it as music, just as they listen to pop as music, I think it will become more accepted and it will become more normalized, making it more easy for it to break into the Western market. So I think with what Si-hyuk said, I understood where it's coming from a bit of angle. Like, the K-pop name is actually restricting the very awesome music in that genre, because people see K-pop, that label, when the Western see that label K-pop, it triggers something in them. They're like, oh, is it not this manufactured song? They don't see it as music. They don't see it as something to be enjoyed. I don't know if that was it meant, but that's what my interpretation of that word means right now. What do you think about this? Do you think K-pop should evolve and break out of its mold and being enclosed in the K-pop niche, the K-pop box? Should it evolve over time? Should it break out into the Western market to get its deserved recognition or not? And this is where I leave you for today, guys, and I hope you really enjoyed this episode. Please, I want to hear what you have to say. Your opinions are very valid to me, and I would love to hear what you have to say about this episode. Please comment down below and let me know what you have to say about this episode. Thank you very much for listening to this episode. Till I meet you on the next episode. Bye for now.